The do's and don'ts of coming up with a business name. So choosing a name is really important.
Concerned because I was like, I have to keep this forever.
That name, Pink Cheeks, is in your head. You never forget it. A business, it's really important for you to be educated on that. I think studying the SEOs and learning about that is really important. Oh, it's just lashes. Who cares? And I'm like, well, I do. And I'm like, it's not just lashes. It's more than that.
You're listening to Not Just Lashes. Here are your hosts, Shanique and Dixie.
Hello.
Howdy. I don't know. I want to try something different.
Yeah. Hello, Lash World.
Welcome to Not Just Lashes.
Exactly.
The good, the bad, and the ugly.
Yes. Always the good, the bad, the ugly. So today's topic is...
This is a fun one. When you brought it up, I was like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah, the do's and don'ts of coming up with a business name.
And I have a hard time with it.
It's not that easy.
I still legally have to use the first one I ever came up with, and I'm not even known it. Yeah.
Which one is that?
Like I was doing tax stuff, the Generation Glam.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, it's cute. But
I love that.
It's cute. But I'm like, I never use it already. But legally, like when I do, like, I was filling out some tax information. It was like, what's your like legal business name that's associated with that thing? I was like,
well, you came up with that because it's like Dixie's been with me for a very long time. Yeah. And it's like generations of glam. So I still love that name. I think I find it really,
maybe
really
we'll make
cute.
a comeback.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now that I'm saying it.
Yeah.
Generation Glam, guys.
I mean, it says a lot.
Yeah. Because you were Glam Spa by Shanique. And I wanted to stay in the same family. And I didn't like the whole Dixie lashes I wanted something different. And I was just thinking, I wanted to like reach a lot of people, like generation, like.
Well, we did that photo shoot with all the different, different.
I have to find those photos. I forgot about that.
Yeah, so that was like my thing because at that time there was just one look for Instagram using the same,
like mega volume or volume,
right, and the same people. I want to say. So we had a mixture of, different ethnic backgrounds. And that was really important to me at that time because not just one certain category of people get eyelashes like everybody does. And I think that was, part of it.
And just like the different looks that go, I have clients all the time that's like, they'll see my lash work and see like the big volume because you want to show off that. You're like, I worked really hard on this. And like, and as lash artists, like, this is so pretty. This is so, you might want to cater towards clients too that need lashes, want lashes, but they don't want that look. They're like, it's very pretty, but it's not for me. So showing like different lash looks are being open to like taking more people. So you're not just in that, unless that's what you want to, that's the clientele you want. But
yeah, so basically...
I was going somewhere with it, but I don't know. Just like, well, I was trying to explain that, like with a name, you don't want to be so specific that it keeps you in a...
No, you don't want to be Lashes by Dixie if you do facials, you do waxing, you do microblading, whatever. Like, don't limit yourself. So choosing a name is really important. Look around, get creative, see what your business will be. How, what will it be a year from now or 2 years from now? Like, how will your business grow, with that?
What are your goals?
What are your goals? Yeah.
What are you interested in? What do you want to have? And if you do just want lashes, if you know that, then that's great. That's, but we would say, don't limit yourself. Like,
no, you got to pick something memorable. And what I love about Pink Cheeks in the Valley, like you will never forget that name, Pink Cheeks. And all they do, you guys, is waxing. Men and women go there. So when I get phone calls For gentleman waxing, I'm like, hey, there's a place called Pink Cheeks.
Head on over.
Head on over. They're so good. They're so fast. They're quick and easy. But that name, Pink Cheeks, is in your head. You never forget it. You don't.
Yeah.
So picking something memorable that will also bring clients to you because people just will know that name.
Yeah, and that goes into keeping it short too. Especially nowadays with SEO and searching and Google, you want them to be able to easily be like, oh yeah, it's Shannixie. Like you just can easily do it. I mean, if you think about Apple which is a
Nike.
big brand. Yeah, it's just like a one little name, but it sticks in your head and you can associate it with your brand.
Definitely. I mean, so we were thinking about coming up with a name for our eyelash company. And one of our clients called me or Dixie Shannixie.
She was like, Dixie, one of you, like,
and she merged our names together. And I was like, oh,
yeah,
that's
and we
such
just kept
a
using
good
it.
name, Shannixie.
And
because
that was before we even wanted to do it.
That was
we
before.
It was like a joke, like a fun, like Shannixie, because people knew Shanique or they knew Dixie or they knew both of us kind of together. And and then we added lashes with it. So it's Shannixie Lash. So we could define that, hey, we're known for like our training and lash kits and lash products. But it also allows you room to grow if they just kind of remember that Shannixie. And then you could open up possibilities, with skincare and all that. But yeah, just
definitely
finding something
check
that
the domains, check to see if there's anything similar in your area, because you don't want your customers going, a couple doors down when they thought it was you. So you got to be savvy about it. Just really look in your radius and see who's using what.
Yeah.
Whose name is who. And then trademark it.
Yeah, so that's our good old friend over at LegalZoom.
Yeah, you trademark your name and you just
LegalZoom,
lock and load
GoDaddy, I think. But yeah, no, you want to lock it in and also just see if it's available. Because I remember, I think it was my email or something, and it was like, you can't use Generation Glam email. I had to like put Dixie at the end or something. I don't know. But there's all these different people could use that name for other things and it might be already taken.
Yeah.
So, sorry, this itch.
Yeah. So do your research. It has to be relevant for, your business. Test some names out with your clients and see if because they're going to give you ideas. They're going to suggest or be like, oh gosh, no. You shouldn't, name your business.
Or if they just can't
Volume
remember
Lashes by Shanique, they'll give you feedback.
Yeah.
And I love the clients who don't hold back. Those are the ones you want to go to and talk to.
And also too, try not to, when you're starting out, unless I guess that you're going to be there forever or something, but don't use your location in your name. Like, unless like, this is where I'm going to be, this is it. And you don't
like Thousand Oaks Lashes.
Yeah. Which is great.
Yeah.
Like, for that. But if you're just starting out and you don't know what you're going to be doing, it's.
Oh, for sure. Because you don't want to just
target
one tiny little, area.
Exactly.
You want a wide range.
And then, what if, you move one day or anything like that,
you got to keep it. You got to keep it. Let's say Honolulu Lashes, but you're in Hollywood. I don't know, but basically you would have to like brand, the island and kind of like go with it. So there's a lot to think about.
That's why I felt so much pressure when I was like trying to come up with my name. I was like, and then I was going on like a thesaurus or something, like because I was thinking beauty. so it could encompass everything. And I think that's kind of how glam comes, like it's part of that. And so kind of just testing out those little keywords and seeing. And you also want it to be, if you're just starting out and you're trying to generate business, searchable with keywords and everything like that. So if someone's like looking for a spa in the area, having glam spa, you're like, oh, cool. Like I can, that lets me know like there's a spa with facials and lashes and I can see what else they offer. But if it's just like glam lashes, you're targeting lashes, but I guarantee there's a lot of glam lashes out there.
Oh, I'm sure.
I feel like that's, Yeah,
move words around and just, play with it. You want to stick out. Mm-hmm. What else you got, Dixie?
Oh, I got a lot. I think we kind of, but I thought this was funny. I was reading an article and it's like, try saying your business name out loud. Mm-hmm. And, because if it's difficult, if it's too long to pronounce, then it's just going to get lost. And but for the example, Tokyo Tushinkogo was a bit of a tongue twister. They changed it to Sony instead.
That is so funny.
Yeah.
We all start somewhere. Mm-hmm. And that is a great example.
Exactly.
That's amazing. Can you imagine saying that?
Tushinkogo.
I'm going to go to Best Buy and buy a Tushin Coco TV.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. No.
Same.
No. I don't think I would do it. I wouldn't buy it.
It's risky. I just want to put it out there to use your first or your last name.
Why is it risky?
Just for like privacy concern and stuff like that. If the venture is very risky, your real name is for life. You don't want it to be associated with failure.
Oh my gosh.
So that's not where I was going with it.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, okay, your name is everything, right? And that's what I guess part of the struggle is because my business associates with me. So if one of my girls is rude or she doesn't show up for clients, that affects my brand. Mm-hmm. That affects me, my name. So I understand where they're kind of going with that.
It's just like be cautious of but it doesn't mean don't put your name in it.
Right.
Yeah. When I'm like, I should.
No.
This is the thing. Read your articles.
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of hair salons that are first names and you remember those names. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I don't know about that. But I do
always associate it with the owner or something like that. But yeah, and like if you have a unique name too, like Shanique, like that's so unique.
Yeah, nobody who
has
who
it.
Do you know?
Yeah.
My name just sticks out. So I think definitely using my name, which my mother-in-law, she was like, I want do Glam Spa by Shanique. Like your name is so different. Everybody's going to remember it, even though it is a long name she's like, I don't know anybody else with that name.
Mm-hmm. But I think that just goes back to like
Clinique.
We're like brainstorming and like we're telling you rules that, Shanique sounds long, so don't use that. Well, no, that's not true. Say it a couple times.
Yeah.
And have it with experiment with it. Like say your business name and hi, I'm Dixie with Generation Glam. Like, oh, that sounds cool. I like the way that roll, So don't take these rules too seriously because there is, I feel like, leeway.
We're just giving you ideas of do's and don'ts. Something too trendy. Like you don't want to do something that's, have a name that's just relevant for this year.
Yeah.
Like colored lashes or brown lashes by Shanique. I know that sounds silly, but I mean, you don't want to limit yourself.
Exactly.
You don't want something trendy. Just like doing eyelashes. Like if you're just committed to anime, well, there's only so far that you could go with it. Mm-hmm. So don't limit.
Yeah, because you can always have your brand like Glam Spa anime lashes. Like you can show that off and have that as whatever the trend is and going on at the time. But yeah, I was just thinking, I was like, yeah, like, what was that like saying? Like, there's always like sayings like going around, like memes or something, you know, it might be fun to play on that. But yeah, then years later, it's like, no, now I'm kind of behind the times, or like live, lash, love or something.
Or I ain't got time for that. Remember that video?
I ain't got time for that.
I ain't got time
mascara.
For that. Yeah. I ain't got time for that long name. I remember that saying. Mm-hmm. You know, it's stuck in my head. I remember that video, and I don't even know who made it, but yeah, it was relevant for that time. Mm-hmm. And you don't want to do that.
Something that's long lasting.
So basically, I love how you said the brand identity. Mm-hmm. Like, what do you identify, you know, with that name? Kind of like, you know, I love, you know, Nike. Mm-hmm. Just do it. Now, I'm not like a fan of the word Nike, but I love the just do it.
Yeah, you're always saying
I'm always saying just do it.
Now it's taken. Now Shannixie can't have that logo.
I know.
Not logo, but
yeah. Well, that's a really good one.
Mm-hmm. But it's also like, I feel like people need to understand too, you start somewhere, you know. Mm-hmm. It's like, I always have the fear, you're stuck with it. So that's why I think it's important to have something that is not generic, but gives you room to grow in the directions. Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, weren't you before Glam Spa? You were like Glam Spa Skin and some, like, it was
it was just, I think it was, oh my gosh. Yeah.
Because you had
I had another
before
name.
That.
What was it? I think it was maybe.
I remember it said something, because I looked at your like old logos and stuff when we were working, and it was like skin and
Skincare by Shannixie.
Yeah.
So lame, so dry, so boring.
But look,
who cares?
But look, it got you started. It got people in with your facial, and
Mm-hmm.
Was this before you did lashes anyway? So.
This is before I did lashes,
it just shows you as an example.
Mm-hmm.
She was Skincare by Shannixie, built her business, had clients, started doing lashes, offering lashes. And then she was like, you know what? I do more than that. Mm-hmm. I'm just going to be Glam Spa by Shannixie. And it still rolled right into each other. So it's finding that balance of wanting to be specific to what you're giving your clients so they can find you and get you, but don't be scared that this is with you forever.
No, because you evolve.
You can adapt. Yeah,
for sure. I love Skims, and I love like how that happened with her name. Like, she originally called it something else.
It was
it was taken or something. Yeah.
No, it had backlash because it was kimono or something, which was with the Japanese culture. Like, it just, But she got feedback on it, and she's like, okay, cool, I'm going to change it.
And I love the name Skims.
Yeah.
You remember it because it's like Skims, Kim's skin with her leotards, with her bras and lingerie
it's really cool,
and stuff.
But she had built that brand of Kim.
Yeah.
Before launching Skims. So it's like, if I were to do my brand of lash, like I'm like Dixie Lash. I don't know how I would even add my name.
Lashes.
Yeah.
Dixie Lashes. Dixie Lush Lash.
Yeah. I don't know.
Dixie Lush Lash. Hi, I'm Dixie Lush Lash. Yeah, no. That wouldn't grab attention.
Yeah, because I feel like I don't know. I mean, let's say like Kim wasn't Kim, and then she put Skims out there. Like, she was like, that's the first venture she did. Mm-hmm. Would it have gotten the searchability? Would you have any idea of what that meant?
Probably not. But see, I remember her story about how it came to be. And then I thought, oh my gosh, that's such a better name, you know, and it's memorable and you associate with it.
And again, it's short, it's sweet, it's different, it's fun. You know?
You don't want Mississippi supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. You know, that's too long.
I don't know. It sounds kind of fun. No, supercalifragilistic lashes.
Oh my gosh. Can you imagine
then they
putting that on a package?
So exciting.
On your door.
But yeah, so there's just like little things to think about when picking your name.
So when you're Googling a name, I noticed that you said it could be buried in the Google searches. What do you mean by that?
Well, if you're not putting like lashes, skincare, beauty, and that's
those keywords.
Yeah. So that's kind of like a little trick to get yourself up there. Because when people, let's say, come to your area, let's say you're starting your business in Encino.
Yes.
I'm going to start my lash business in Encino. I have a place I rented. Okay, and I'm doing all the legal stuff, and I'm going to call my business Shannixie Lash. But I chose Shannixie Lash because I want people to understand that I do lashes. And when someone's in the Encino area and they type in, I'm looking for a lash artist, I'll probably pop up a little more because I already have their keyword in my title. So, and then that's something also you can do, like I said.
Well, I think studying the SEOs and learning about that is really important because, I mean, you use it for everything. I use it for Yelp. I use it for Google. I use it for even my Wix.
Yeah, it's how people find you. And
how people find you. And I think it's, you know, if you're running a business, it's really important for you to be educated on that.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I'm glad you brought that up.
Thank you.
You know, you wrote about that because I find myself still learning about that.
Yeah.
And I know it's always changing too, but it's a good place to.
Yeah, it's another way for people to find your business. And so you want to take advantage of that, especially when you're first starting out.
Yeah.
And then you can maybe drop it, you know, like you were Skincare by Shanique, and then you drop the skincare, now it's Glam Spa because you have a spa, you have multiple girls, everybody does different stuff.
Yeah.
And you have more services. But if I want to start off with, let's say, Shannixie Lash Studio, but I'm just known as, that's the Shannixie Lash place. And then eventually I got interested in lip blushing or microblading. Like then I can drop, I mean, it's still like Shannixie Beauty or what, you know, but like definitely. I said, like looking at just Googling and thesaurus and finding similar words with like same, you know, that can be helpful too. Like you could find a different word for beauty or aesthetics or
we used to, before social media, before the internet. Yeah, basically, we used to have a book called The Yellow Pages.
Oh yeah.
And so you would have to do your own searching and look up beauty services, and then they would give you like a list of everybody within all of the cities around you. And if your name started
with an A, it'd be like at the top.
Yeah, it'd be at the top.
That's what they used to do. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I remember I had Colby, so I gave birth to my first son, and I had really bad acne, and I just wanted to go somewhere and relax and have somebody work on my skin. And I found this amazing woman, and she was at the top of the Yellow Pages. She was great. She was amazing.
Yeah.
But I took a chance and I just did it. There was no reviews.
Yeah.
I couldn't look up anything. You know, can you imagine? There's so much more out there right now. I love it.
Yeah, just way more ways. Yeah, way more ways. Way more ways to get found.
Yeah.
You know, even tagging your location and doing things like that is so helpful as well. But yeah, it's important when you're just starting out. I think we kind of went over like researching your area, making sure there's nobody with your name or
just doing the research.
Yeah, and then you'll figure out ways that, that will make me stick out more. Or, hey, I noticed I do waxing and lashes, or I do I'm really good at brows. Like I love doing brows, but I also love lashes and the art of lashing. And then there's a studio down the street that's called like Lash Bar. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then you're like, well, I want to associate. I don't want I want more of an experience for them. I want them to see the artistry and, so then maybe your lash brow artistry by someone or,
whose name it really sticks in my head too is, and she made a business just by doing brows, Kelly Baker Brows.
Yeah.
That's all she does is eyebrows. And she probably knew I'm damn good at that.
Yeah.
And I'm going to stick with this. It works for her.
Yeah.
It's like you got to take that passion and take your passion and put it into writing, basically. So, yeah, no, her work is amazing. Yeah. I remember her name.
Yeah, I think it's also because she's so passionate and so specific with that work.
Even Anastasia. That's a big name. That's a big word. That's not everybody has that name, but you associate it, with eyebrows, the brow powder, the whatever, anything brows. I think that's where she started, and then she expanded, and now you could buy mascara, powder, and all that
stuff. Drops
stuff.
The brows, and it's just. Is it beauty?
I think it might. I think it might be
makeup. I don't know, but you can. That's the great thing is you can. Just envision what you want your space to be, what you want to give your clients. Like backtrack. What do you want people to think about when they're at,
Well, it goes for not just lashes. How that
makes you feel.
How it makes you feel. So basically, I had someone tell me, and I know like in our earlier episodes, I do talk about like how it came about, not just lashes, is because someone said, oh, it's just lashes. Who cares? And I'm like, well, I do.
Yeah, I care. I care about my
clients do. What do you mean? You're in this industry and you're saying who cares?
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's not just lashes. It's more than that. So after that, I told Dixie, I was like, oh, we need that. We need that. And sometimes you go through things in life that will give you those ideas. Yeah.
It's very true.
So with that, not just lashes, the good, the bad, the ugly, we wanted to get it out there with that name and the underlining, name, the good, the bad, the ugly. We want to tell it all. And we'll tell you more, the good parts, the bad parts, the ugly parts, and what we go through. And I think that just sends a message that we're going to talk about not just lashes,
exactly.
The whole aesthetic industry. And we're going to talk about it all. We're not going to hold back and just, tell you all the good parts, because most of the time in business, when you're in business working with people, it's not always good.
No. And even just with I mean, like, I still think about when I first started and trying to come up with a name and a logo. And I was just so concerned because I was like, I have to keep this forever. It has to be, I was researching what colors people are attracted to and the meaning behind the colors. Like I went so in depth, like trying to make it so, and I think what would have been better for me is what am I trying to provide? What am I trying to give my clients? So, and that Generation Glam, it went with it. It was like, I want to give everyone their glam. Like whatever their glam is,
yeah,
whatever age whatever style, whatever
they think is glam.
Yeah.
To them.
I want to give that to them. And that's why I was going with that name.
We got to find the photos. I have the photos of the shoot that we did. So it was really fun.
Yeah. But I think, look at what you're wanting them to feel and experience.
It's all a feeling.
Yeah. Because what if you're envisioning this like really rad, like more like a darker aesthetic. Like we're very pink and bubbly and like, but that might not be your aesthetic. Like you're like,
and that's okay.
I want it to be like a super
Gothic.
chic, clean, white, everything white. Like I want that. Then have that kind of reflect your name. So that's what they think of, you know? And so that just helps develop your brand and where it's going.
But again, if you're so specific, you might shut down people. Because I know like there's some Gothic girls that have their lash studio or aesthetic studios. Like I don't see half of my clientele going there. They would freak out. Because like everything is black, everything is dark. Yes, the girls are amazing. They do great work, but it's not going to be for everybody. And you want to grab like all you can, young, old, you know, whatever, the whole rainbow of it, you know, you want to get everybody.
Yeah.
So
I think that's where it's hard because like when you say that, I'm like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. You want to grab everybody, you want to be open. And then it's also, you know, if you're your niche to that like punk, like we do like cool punk. It's a cool punk space. Like I went to my boyfriend's barber shop and it was so cool. Like the way they had it. Yeah. And it was like, that made me like want him to go to it. But I was like, that makes you want to go to the space too. So it's like finding that balance, I guess. But yeah, having a niche and that will attract too like clients if you feel like
you want to be specific. Yeah, for sure. All right. I think I'm sure there's so much more. Yeah. You know, we'll walk away from here and be like, oh my gosh, you should have said that.
Every time.
I know. I'll be driving. I'm like, oh, I didn't say that.
I had that moment last week. I mean, they showed us a clip and I was like, man, I could have made a great joke.
Yes.
That was lame. I didn't.
Definitely. All right. Yeah. Well, you can find us on Spotify, Apple, Instagram,
YouTube, Not Just Lashes. Because it's not just lashes. Yeah. It's never just lashes. There's always something else.
All right. We'll see you next time. Bye.